ain't heard no gangsta bang for you.
Hey everyone, and welcome to CTV. My name is Sierra Artemis, and I am your host. Guys, if you're just tuning in to CTV for your very first time, please be sure to follow me on social media. That's Sierra Artemis TV on Facebook. That's Sierra Artemis on YouTube. I am Sierra Artemis on Instagram and Sierra Artemis TV on Twitter. Guys, be sure to check out my website as well. That's sierraartemis.com. There you can check out past episodes and information on upcoming episodes as well. Guys, the purpose of CTV is to highlight minority businesses, creatives, entrepreneurs, and initiatives, and hopes to inspire people like you on the other side to go out and chase your goals and dream. Now, speaking of businesses, what is the best way that we can support local businesses or small businesses in general? It's word of mouth and advertising, guys. So let's go ahead and pull those receipts, all right? You can support a small business by giving them a shout out. That is free. Follow them on social media. That's free. Telling someone is free. Engaging with their posts, sharing their content is free, guys, for the grand total of free, guys. So if your excuse is that you don't want to spend the money, or you've already spent money, or you don't have the money, it's just an excuse, guys. You can always support someone by, like I said, sharing their content, engaging in their posts, guys. So somebody who does have the money can roll up on them and give them what they need. All right, guys, today, my guest is, she has worked with so many celebrities, guys. She's been in the entertainment industry for a few decades. She's done promotional work with people like Nelly, Bone Thugz and Harmony, and more, guys. Now she wants to help new artists to navigate the music industry. She's known as a celebrity advocate. Allow me to introduce you guys to Miss Esther Jones. Hello, Miss Esther. How are you? Thank you for joining me.
Hi. I'm doing good. Hello.
And that's a little one in the background. Say hey for us. Hey. Oh, guys, now Esther is the author of several books. She's told me she has 3, one being Music 101, helping to give the do's and don'ts of the industry. And guys, she also has The Force Behind the Stars. I'm going to show you guys a picture of that book. That's it right there. It's a personal insight into the music industry, guys. And that book is also available on Amazon. Now, Esther, where are you from, and how did you get into this field? Like, how did you get into promotional work?
I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, born and raised, by way of St. Louis. But how did I get into there? I seen a video, Nelly's video, Country Grammar, Down, Down, Baby. And I was like, oh my God, he is so fine. I want to marry him and I'm going to work for him. And I left with the 6 bags on the Greyhound bus. I went to go see Mr. Country Grammar in Nellyville.
Oh, goodness. Oh yeah, everybody was hooked on Nelly back in the day. Nelly still look good for his age. Okay, Nelly.
Yeah.
All right. Well, awesome. Also, so in your book, Music 101, you talk about the do's and don'ts. So could you give us the top, maybe one top do and then a top don't? Because I want to save the rest for your book.
Well, top do and a top don't. I would say the top do's is to be friendly. And to be authentic. When you're networking, just don't network with people just because you want to be famous or you want to be a part. But kind of, you always got to have it kind of on a personal level too. Because of what if they don't have the radio station? What if they don't have they're not DJing no more? If y'all have any relationship beyond that? And then the don't is you don't got a lot to kick it. You hear the saying, you got a lot to kick it. Act like you've done all this stuff and you haven't. Just be wherever you are is where you are. All those celebrities, they started somewhere first. Somebody basement recording a little demo tape, you know? And honestly, a lot of people, the celebrities, the big stars, they respect small beginnings because they mostly all started off like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about, so you gave us a do and a don't together. So let's see. Are you still doing promotional work, or what is it that you focus on now?
Now I'm not. I'm more transitioning into being a therapist and a safe haven for celebrities. But I do have artists. I mean, artists, they come to me all the time asking me if I could still help them with with work. But that's not my passion anymore. I've been doing this since I was 19 and I'm 37. So I those still are my friends, but I do more of consulting now and then more of counseling. Yeah.
Okay. So how did you get into counseling? Like, how do you go from promotion to counseling?
Man, so with the promotional job came that lifestyle. You have to be in the club, you have to be around celebrities. And me, my personality, I started to bond with these celebrities. It was like I have the type of personality and I've always been like this, but people just tell me their whole life story when they meet me. So like meeting all these celebrities, we go into a counseling session because they either just got robbed or their little brother just died or, or something just happened tragic and they need somebody to talk to. And so I began to do promotions on the side. I was doing counseling and pimping women and marketing work. I was doing so much at a time. And so when all the tragedy and stuff that happened to me, when I got out, I was like, man, I wish there was somebody that I could have talked to when I was in there. And that's what I want to be for them. And that's what I am, the ears to them. So they have an outlet.
So doing promotions, what types of challenges did you face that makes you, the perfect person to go to for counseling for celebrities?
I would say just being in that lifestyle, you have a lot of pressure on you, And so if you already come from a home where, and most of us African Americans, we come from this functional homes. Mm-hmm. We have a lot of trauma we don't talk about. Some people have been molested, talking about men mostly, molested, kidnapped, raped, a lot of stuff that they already gone through, seen a lot of poverty, seeing crackheads outside your building. With all that trauma already and the industry on top of it, it creates literally you could go into dissociation, we call it in the counseling world, and just bipolar disorder, make your mental illness even more on another level. Like Lil Wayne talk about want to commit suicide. And so why I would be a good person to understand that is because I went through mental breakdowns. I've been I haven't been admitted, but went to the mental hospital over 6 times, just dealing with the pressures of that life that I wasn't equipped to handle.
And, I think it's interesting because you're not exactly the person that is in the limelight. You work with them and because you work around people that live this lifestyle, it's almost like you're trying to keep up with it. And so I can only imagine, what, celebrities and people actually in the light have to deal with when you yourself aren't, but you're in that circle and the stress and pressures that you had to deal with. So I think it's amazing what you're doing, because I don't think a lot of celebrities, I feel like sometimes, fans, especially with social media, it's probably way worse. We forget that celebrities are human. We put them on a pedestal. We don't expect for them to make mistakes. They can't have an opinion. It's almost like you lose your individuality. And so I think that it's important to have someone who can relate to you, because a lot of counselors don't necessarily, deal with trauma. A lot of people do, and they want to help you just like yourself. You want to help others because you've been in that situation. But I think a lot of times, and I'm speaking personally as a person that gets counseling, you feel like, well, the person who I am venting to doesn't necessarily know what it is that I'm dealing with because they haven't lived it. And so again, I commend you because you're using your platform, you're using your experience to help other people. Now, Esther, how do we get in touch with you?
You can get in touch with me by social media is the best way. Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook, inbox, messenger, anything, or email me. Most people inbox me with their problems. And if you inbox me, I'll give you my personal number, especially if I knew you back in the music industry, because I lost a contact with a lot of people. Yeah.
And what's that email? If we could email you to
It's
contact you.
my books, like a book, 19 at yahoo.com is a good one.
Okay, okay. And I'm
Yeah,
gonna have both of those on the screen, guys, so you can take a look at that.
yeah.
Again, that
And
is her Instagram. She says on all her social media handles, pretty much, it's Esther Jones underscore.
yep,
And,
correct.
and I will have her email scrolling at the bottom of the screen, just so you guys can get that as well. So
And
scrolling. Yep.
Instagram is real good. DM me. You know, it goes down in the DM, but we're
Right,
gonna talk
right,
about heart issues and
right,
so y'all
right.
can hear.
All right. So, guys, if you're just tuning in, I am here with Miss Esther Jones. She is a celebrity advocate and counselor. She is the author of 3 books, 2 of which we have the Music Industry 101, well, Music 101, where she gives the do's and don'ts of the industry. And also, she has The Force Behind the Stars. It's kind of, would you say a memoir, or would you just say just some experiences that you
Yeah,
had?
I'm in one. Yeah.
Okay, okay. And yes, so again, that's her Instagram handle right there is Esther Jones underscore. She says you could DM her, and scrolling at the bottom of the screen is her email address if you guys want to get in touch with her. So tell us a little bit about your books and why you felt it was important for you to write them.
I wrote the Force Behind the Stars because it was therapy for me. I had seen over 6
Mm.
murders, a lot of people seen a lot of people die, seen a lot been set up, like stolen from or try to like be attempted robbery or robbery. Just seen a lot of prostitution, seen a lot of women just hurting, pimping themselves out. And when I got out of the industry, it's like the way for me to cope is for me to write it out. I never
Right.
thought that it would even be like a book or anything because I've already been a person who journal. So I just started writing all the stories that I remember. And so many I left out, like I forgot about the ones with DJ Quick and Cassidy, I just forgot about, I probably add on some more, but I just wrote it all out. And then now, after I got 8 years of counseling, I have the heart for celebrities. I have the heart for people in the limelight, DJs, celebrities, radio personalities, anybody in the limelight, talk show hosts that can't really talk to people about what's going on because they're in that spotlight and nobody really understands it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So
Yep.
what's next for you though? What's next for you and what it is that you do? Do you have any plans in the future? Are you trying to expand your business, or what are your goals?
Definitely. We're having it's in the works where we have an actual. It's a type of retreat for celebrities where they can come and basically, I don't like it to call it a rehab, but it's basically a spot that they can come where they can whether it's detox from cocaine or drugs or really detox from the fame lifestyle. Where they can come talk about their problems, whether they just had a death in their family and they don't want any press, anybody in there. They just want to be human, be normal. And they can come to this place, these different locations throughout the world, actually. And we just have counselors and people there to help them, certified counselors, people there to pray with them, people to help them walk them through different phases in our life when they need it. And that's what we're setting up. It's in the works. So that's for me. And then, of course, movies and books. I want The Force Behind the Stars to be a movie so it can get out to more people to understand just the struggle. You're not the only one who's struggling behind the scenes, and you don't have to suffer in silence by yourself.
I think that'd be a really good book. I'll definitely, not book, a really good movie. I'd definitely be interested in that, because, we're in that age where everybody wants a biopic for something, they want to hear about celebrities, but I think this is almost tea. You know what I'm saying? Like people like tea. So this is definitely marketable and sellable, girl. We're going to have to talk about this. Yeah. So tell me a little bit, well, let me not say tell me a little bit, but for anybody who is looking to get into the music industry, what advice do you give them just for them to be able to, maintain some type of good mental health?
I would say you need a team around you who will keep you grounded and who really loves you for you. We have a lot of people, especially in the music industry, you have a lot of people who just love you for your gift. Like me, my gift was promotion. So it's a lot of people, if I wasn't promoting and going through some real tragedy, they weren't there. Even like with Nelly, when his baby, when his sister died, she lost a fight to leukemia. I don't know if y'all remember that, but he kind of shut down. You know what I mean? But it's like people, if he can't rap no more, who are truly your friends and family? So keep those people around you so they can know that whether you're famous or not, we still here for you and we love you for you, not for what you can do for us. So that would be my advice. And also just to get healed from any traumas or pressures that you have on the inside. Because all the music industry doing fame is it magnifies who you truly are. So if you're bad under pressure, if you get stressed out easy, if you already deal with anxiety, and you want to be in the music industry, make sure you're going to counseling and therapy to get help for that. Because when the press comes, when you get a bad rep, you're doing something, when accusations come, when people try to rob you, that'll only intensify what's already wrong. And we don't want you in that mental health case,
I understand. And one more question before we wrap up. So what do you think about a lot of these celebrities that are, they're in and out of jail when you have, like, okay, let's put it this way. Celebrities, you're in this field, you're making money at concerts, your music, all of that, but they're still in the streets. Like, so what advice do you have about, or for people that are in that position, or what insights do you have on that? Like Lil Wayne and YFL Lucci, I think, is a new rapper who is in and out of jail, and it's like you're still trying to live that street life and be a rapper at the same time. What do you have to say about that?
I would say to them, and I wish I could talk to Nipsey Hussle. I wish I could talk to King Von that died. That people getting murdered. Mo 3 that died in Dallas. I reached out to Little Boosie them. You can't, like, once you get to this level, everybody try to keep it real. The rappers, especially the rap game, you try to keep it real and stay wherever, true to your hood, true to the gang that you grew up in. But a lot of them, it changes when you get famous. You know what I mean? It's like you either leave the street life out of the music, or if you talk about it, it's going to come with the consequences of when you talk about people, you have rap beef and you talk about diss them on record, those people remember that and they want to come back and kill you. Like, that's why King Von, all the stuff, the beef going back with Chicago and Atlanta, rappers dying like in the studios, like this and that, because y'all talking about it on record and dissing them publicly on a platform. And when you come back to their neighborhood, you don't think somebody's going to want to kill you? It's kind of like you do it for entertainment, but some of these people really were in the streets. Some of these people really, really did shoot up somebody's houses or were in real gangs, in the blood gangs and stuff. So it's kind of like, Mariah, stop. I'm sorry, my daughter. It's kind of like you have to like choose between really life and death, like choose between, it's not even a game in the industry. I wish Tupac would have known that. I wish I could have talked to, Nipsey Hussle before that happened, that you don't have to die. Just give up the gangster, want to be a gangster and a thug. You know what I mean?
You know what I think? I think it's two things. Now, Nipsey was doing a lot of, he was giving back to the community. Nipsey really wanted to give back to people where he came from, letting people know, you don't have to be a thug. You don't have to be in the streets. And also to let the people in the streets know that I haven't forgotten about you. I'm still going to look out for you. I'm still going to do for you. Almost like MC Hammer, except MC Hammer didn't die and he just gave away all his money. But I think the other thing is, a lot of times people want to rap about and be about what it is they rap about. You became famous because you were rapping about killing and gangs and shooting, and now you got all this money, you're not in the streets anymore. It's like, okay, well, that's what I was known for. So now what do I do? I don't really have anything else to rap about. So you're still promoting that street life, but you're not in that street. So that anymore, and then it's almost like you lose your street credibility. So now you have to work two jobs. You got to work the industry, and then you want to work in the streets too, just so you could be about what you rap about. So it's rough, it's tough. But again, guys, I am here with Miss Esther Jones. She is a celebrity advocate and counselor, guys. I have her social media handles right there. It's Instagram, Esther Jones with the _, guys. If you're looking to reach out to her, I definitely recommend anyone who is, has music out there, who has a foot in the door in the industry, to definitely reach out to her. Any celebrities, if you are watching, be sure to reach out to her so that you can get, the support that you need. And also, guys, check out her books. I mean, I think even if you're not in the industry, I think these will be some wonderful reads. It's very interesting to because we're really interested in to know what it is like in the industry, because a lot of us aren't necessarily in there, and there's some things that we only see things through a scope. You don't necessarily get the big picture. You don't know what it's like to be in the industry if you're not in the industry. And so I think these books really give an insight to that. So be sure to check them out on on Amazon. And if you like to purchase the book, you can also reach out to her and she can give you that information as well. But again, thank you, Miss Esther, so much for your insight and what it is that you do. Thank you for your wisdom and all of this valuable information today.
You're welcome. Again, it's Esther Jones. They're on Amazon and Barnes & Noble too. And my next book, I'm Not Crazy, is out as well, about mental health issues and bipolar disorders that a lot of celebrities deal with.
So 3 books. So you have 3 books. And you also mentioned a children's book to me earlier. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's called Accepted for Me. A lot of people we deal with, what I try to do with these celebrities is if we catch them early, the little stars early, and confirm them in their identity,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what happened. Confirm them in their identity early and have them accept themselves early. Then they wouldn't try to be this false person, or they wouldn't try to have all these identity crises when they get into the music industry.
I think that's a very, very valuable point. I think sometimes we forget the child stars. And I think that's why, years later, these child stars, they can't get jobs because they were really, people wanted them in their prime, which is when they were children. Then they go through all this, mental stress and depression and suicide. I think that's really good. I think that children and child stars get overlooked. So I think that's amazing. Okay, awesome. We'll be on the lookout for that. So again, I want to thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
All righty. Guys, again, her Instagram handle is right there. It is it is at Esther Jones _. You can also email her. It's scrolling at the bottom of the screen. That's mybooks19@yahoo.com. And again, another big shout out to Miss Esther Jones, the advocate and counselor to the stars. Guys, if you're just tuning into CTV, or if this is your first time watching CTV, guys, be sure to follow me on social media. That is Sierra Artemis TV on Facebook. That's also one way that you can check out the show. And on Facebook as well, the Sierra Artemis. I'm also on social media as well. You can be sure to visit my website. That is sierraartemis.com. There you can check out past episodes, information on upcoming episodes, and you can get a little bit of insight on what it is that I do. If you're interested in being a guest on the show, you can always email me. That is info@sierraartemis.com. Guys, again, I want to thank you all for tuning in. Be sure to check us out next week, Saturday at 7 p.m.